It's week 2 of the NFL, and the focus is on Patrick Queen. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Ravens and the Bengals, and it's coming up next.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Straight ahead, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard game, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bengals now set for their first possession, and it's Pro Bowler Joe Burrow who leads this offense in his 4th season now out of LSU.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now a 3-time 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The numbers for Mixon last week, 15 carries, 103 in the yardage department.
So coming off the opener where they established the run and established it well, their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 2. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. And here are the key inactives for them in this one. And obviously, Charles, are going to be without some important names this week.
Well, hopefully those guys will be on the sidelines, encouraging the guys who are going out there and helping them when they come off the sidelines during the game by giving them some tips on what they see and what they've experienced. That's true teamwork. And if you want to get to the playoffs, if you want to have a big push, you have to have that on your squad.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup on the 11, 3rd and short. So didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and ran with it.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3-and-out and did just that. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
All the talk of Jackson leaving the Ravens this offseason was just that, talk, as the two sides hammered out a deal that made him the highest paid player in the NFL. And why would they want to separate? When he has the ball in his hands, great things typically happen.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. You talk about this Bengals defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Edwards. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Dobbins pushing his way into the end zone. Touchdown. So important in this league to capitalize on the other team's mistakes. Here they force the turnover on the opening drive, then come right down and score.
And I would add that it's important to capitalize on other teams' mistakes early. That way, you build confidence for yourself and your team. You start playing a little more freely. And you let the other guys know we're prepared to play.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Flush to his right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Here we go.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he works free. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 58 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
And he had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film.
Let me see that one more time.
Show that again, coach. Look how my legs kept turning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big gain.
11, Thomas. Stop.
Burrow on play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly. And that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force him.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Hey, report.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Jackson now. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Inside handoff to Mixon. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got a Bengals first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Something's been having a good game so far, and you know something? Rob has been power running. He decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Mixon with a first down carry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Now that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. To the sideline and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Coach, been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys back and get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
On second down, a run with Dobbins.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Michael.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Still going. Rashad Bateman. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at about the 32.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Here we go.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 7.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Oh, he tried to fit it in back over the middle, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Here's Jackson.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Now Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
J.K. Dobbins. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now they're a little further behind the 8-ball after the interception led to the touchdown. So a 2-score deficit here, 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bengals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Jackson on 1st down.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
13. Hey, middle.
Jackson, options out left. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Jackson from the shotgun.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
Hey, report. Middle.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked by Logan Wilson.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Mixing up the middle.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 131 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Well, the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal. There's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knocking on the door. Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to a go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect the lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Ravens offense back out there. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Loose inside the 30. Rashad Bateman.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's.
And off to the races down the right side.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
On second down, here's Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards.
And he has the Ravens first down, and it would appear that that's going to be the one to do it.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
On the drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Jones on the return.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Baltimore, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.